Hi and welcome back. As promised, we're going to go up to exit 16W of the New Jersey Turnpike and check out the final night of racing. It was a biggie at the Big M. And with the first one, which was the 600,000 Breeders' Crown Open Trot, featuring old Lucky Jim. And with that heat, here's Heather.
Yeah, I'd love to give you more than one horse to root for in here, but honestly, Lucky Jim is such a huge superstar, overshadows the field so much, though, that there's no show wagering. Can he live up to my big introduction? Let's see.
It's a well-rated Lucky Jim. Arch Madness looking for another Breeders' Crown upset on the outside. Has dead aim for Sears. Lucky Jim trying to answer on the inside. Lucky Jim. Arch Madness gets the cold shoulder from Lucky Jim. It's Lucky Jim again. An Orange Crush crowning moment. 14 in a row. A record at the Meadowlands for Lucky Jim.
Lucky Jim wins again. Number 17 for the year.
He did win.
Whew, man, driven by Andy Miller, trained by his wife, and Julie Miller gets the job done and won 52-1.
Would you like to own him?
Nah, that's okay. Who needs money? Who needs new shoes? Anyway, by the way, speaking of money, this race surpassed the mark of $1 million. Now the horse has won $1 million for this year alone. So congrats to him.
0 for 9 last year and 17 for 18 this year.
Crazy, crazy. Arch Madness was second, in case you're wondering, and third went to Lansing.
Okay, the $500,000 Breeders' Crown Open Pace was next, and Shadow Play with Dave Miller, who won the U.S. Pacing Championship in his last start, went off the 3-2 chalk. Mr. Big was the 2-1 second choice with Sears. Artificial, who won the prep in 147-4, was 5-2 with Ron Pierce. It was a barn burner. Enjoy.
It's Artificial. Shadow Play. Perfect trip. Pops out here. And here comes Shadow Play after Artificial. Won the West looking for a gargantuan upset on the inside. In deep stretch. Here comes Won the West and Shadow Play way out wide. Won the West and Jim Morrill Jr. with the drive of a lifetime. It's Won the West at 15-1.
Well, Artificial cut some fancy fractions, getting 3/4 in 1:20-4, but he didn't have another 26-1 closing quarter in him, and won the West, longest shot on the board at 15-1 with Jim Morrill Jr. and Shadow Play both passed him. The big story of the race is Mr. Big never fired, was dead last. So I hope he's okay. Okay, let's now go to the Breeders' Crown Open Mares, and with that, here's Heather.
That's right. $330,000 here. Let me tell you, Diva City. All the top mares are in this race. We've got Southwind Tempo. She's the favorite, coming off a huge win in the Golden Girls. Darlin's Delight, one of the toughest mares in history when you're talking about longevity. And then Tug River Princess, last year's 3-year-old champ.
And it's Tug River Princess. Hannah Hanover looks for the upset on the outside. George Brennan going to work now. Hannah Hanover. Tug River Princess is all out. Darlin's Delight all out in third to the wire. And nearing the finish, it's now Hannah Hanover.
Well, they don't call George Brennan the Minister of Speed for nothing, baby. A world record with Hannah Hanover in 1:48-3. She got a perfect trip behind Tug River Princess, who did hold on for second. Darlin's Delight was third. Now, the favorite, Southwind Tempo, was seventh. She has a 9-hole. They just went so fast, I just don't think she got a chance to get into the race.
Hasn't George Brennan earned the name the Prime Minister of Speed? I mean, after all, the guy's the old Minister of Speed. It's time to move up in rank, isn't he?
Exactly.
Okay, the other Breeders' Crown Open was for mares, and Buckeye St. Pat, who's been somewhat inconsistent this year, was still the 6-5 favorite with Tetrick. Made for Tag, an 8-year-old who set a world record last year in the last start, was a strong second choice at 2-1. And Classic Lane with your boy Mike LaChance was the 8-1 third choice. Here's Ken Workington with the call.
And it's a cavalry charge. 4 wide off the turn. And slingshotting is Buckeye St. Pat off 3/4 in 1:24-1. Buckeye St. Pat grabs the track and draws clear with a trotting explosion for Tim Tetrick.
Buckeye St. Pat, she literally sneered at her opponents. You like that word, sneered?
Yeah.
And slapped them around the oval, winning off by 3 open lengths and 152 flat. She was just huge. Came off a second over trip and just fired and went by them all. Levesque Dream, a 20-1 bomber, was second for Jingra. Spice Queen, a 10-1 shot for John Campbell, finished third.
All right, we're going to check out the Sweetheart Final at the Meadowlands. $440,000 for 2-year-old pacing fillies. We've got Western Moonlight. She's the favorite here and won her elimination easily. Lover of Art starts for one of my favorite trainers, Chris Ryder, and Cam's American Girl, driven by 22-year-old Delaware boy, Brandon Givens. And it was the bettor's choice, Western Moonlight, taking the lead by the half with David Miller and winning in 152-3. Cam's American Girl was 45-1 and was second, and Lover of Art finished third.
Okay, next was the $455,000 Woodrow Wilson Final. These are the horses that are going to headline the Meadowlands Space next year when they're 3-year-olds. Brian Sears drove 2 talented George T. Colts to victory in last week's Limbs, so he had to choose between Windfall Blue Chip and I'm Gorgeous off at 7-2 with Jim Morrill. He went for Windfall Blue Chip and obviously made the right pick with Windfall off at 3-5, won by a length in 154 and 1/5. Last quarter, 26-3. He looks like he's going to be a good one. Yeah. And that's going to do it for us. So for Heather Moffett, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you, until next week, money won is better than money earned. So bet some. Take care.